Hello. I right. I was watching Cat Anne's do main dish number 5, urban flair, and to me, I made a comment, and it looked like a rainy cab window looking through it to not fluorescent. What do you call them? Neon lights, city neon lights through a wet window. That's what it reminded me of. So I thought, how could I do my town? Something that looks a bit like my town ish. But what I did is that when I put all the papers down, I used very limited palette of colours, and I used Mod Podge in the centre of each piece of paper, and then flooded it with brown and black, very watered down paint, so it seeped into where the Mod Podge wasn't. So I used the Mod Podge as a resist instead of going around each separate piece of paper. It was just quicker just to do the centre. And this I drew and cut out on a scrap piece of paper the shape that I wanted, and then I cut out the pieces, put it on top of a piece of newspaper where I wanted the angle of the text, or how light and how dark, or the sort of overall colour, or if I wanted it dark, then I'd use a bit of like the advertising banner, and I used crossword puzzle for windows and stuff like that. Used it to shade, and I got this political pamphlet thing through the door, and it had the word cut on it quite a lot. So I used it for the canal because that's what we call it. It's a cut. I don't know if it's just Lancashire or everywhere. It's just the cut. So that's where it's always been called. Now I know that it's a very dark background, and I wanted to keep. Oh, these are the ransom notes as well, because I did the ransom notes. I knew it was a very dark background, but I wanted obviously the buildings to sort of stand out. So I sort of watercoloured them, but with acrylic ink, very watered down acrylic ink. Here I'm just wondering how to put the letters on and the shuttle that I made, because it's all about cotton mill. This was a cotton mill that was sort of near where I live, and it was empty for a long time, and nobody really wanted to do anything with it, and it suddenly burnt down, and they've pulled it down and they're building on the area where it used to be. And the last time they pulled something down and built something, they put up, well, they took down a beautiful building and put up a slab-sided metal building that's designed to rust. And that's what it's doing, it's rusting. It's not pretty, it's not in keeping with area. And I like old things, and I just don't know. So anyway, I used all this cut in public bus services and closing libraries and stuff for the canal, just to sort of represent it. It's on the Leeds and Liverpool canal, so that tower that I'm just painting at the side of actually has Liverpool on it. Just tried to keep what I could sort of topical and appropriate to it. I know it's a bit of a weird picture, but I like it. But as I say, it was a cotton mill, and this area is a cotton area. It's a valley, so it's quite damp, and apparently it's the right humidity for cotton. That's why this whole area was all cotton. And the title's Dirty Old Town, and it's a song, and a lot of people think it's about Dublin, but it's not about Dublin. It's just that the Pogues covered it. But it was actually wrote about somewhere not too far away from here, and it could sort of be about Burnley, couldn't it, or any town round here. Yeah, but all the stripes in the background sort of represent what this area must have looked like in its heyday, with all the chimneys sticking up and the smoke and smog and fog and, you know, just dirt basically everywhere. So that's what this page is basically all about, and I wanted to experiment with just, you know, what can be done with this background basically. Right, as I said, I wanted it to stand out from the background, and the way I did that was to darken the background around it even further with Inktense. Now, on a surface like this that is basically sealed, well, it is sealed, it's had matte medium. Oh yeah, this it was doing the cogs. Did you actually pause it on it? This is how I do the cogs. There is another video out there with the cogs on. I'll get Mick to put a link in. What were I saying before you pointed? Oh yeah, I sealed it with matte medium, and when you put Inktense on something that's been sealed, you do need to heat set it. I've had Inktense on something for ages, and then you wet it and it does actually move. So do heat set it if it's on a waterproofed surface, you know, if it's sealed. Right, the cogs, I painted them with, this is sort of like a grit texture paste, sandy sort of texture paste. And then I went in with blue and black mixed, and I mix up very little amounts, so I always get a different degree of colour each time I apply it in different layers, just to make sure it's blotchy and different each time. Then I went in with India ink in a browny sort of red and the yellow, and then this is golden, what's it called, everybody calls it liquid rust, gold something or other. I'm sorry, but people will know it, and if you need to know, just ask me and I'll put it in a message for you, because the bottle's upstairs. So I put the cogs behind the cotton shuttle, and I was wondering whether to put them down there, but they covered too much of the cut words up, so, and I wanted to keep them because it's a part of, you know, the picture and its message and stuff. Is there anything else to say about it? Thank you, Kat, for the inspiration. Totally enjoyed it, really liked it. I know it's a bit dark and a bit strange, but if you knew the area and its history, it sort of, it goes, doesn't it? Yeah. Pleased with how it turned out. I'm really pleased with some bits. Anyway, if somebody could put it on the Facebook group for me, that would be really cool. Thank you. Please say that I'm not actually on Facebook, because I'm frightened of people think that I'm ignorant when they say how nice it is or any sort of comment on it, and I don't respond because I can't respond because I'm not on there. But please give it a thumbs up, comment, tell me what you think of it, share it, subscribe if you're new here and you like what I do. I do a lot of different things, awful lot of different things. Yeah, just tell me what you think of it basically. Hope you like it, and thanks for watching. Oh right, yeah, and this is what it looks like now. That's the wall there. We couldn't get further down the wall, but that's where it was, and that's what they're building. Bye.